Want a little treat? A snack for your soul? Something that will feed your Steam wish list? Then the Wholesome Snack is for you. Jenny Windom is back on the GOG cast to chat about the Wholesome Snack 2025 showcase.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is episode number 520, and joining me around this digital table includes Catherine. Hey, Catherine.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. Joelle's having some internet issues. She may be back later, but we've got a special guest back again after a Wholesome Snack just dropped. We're lucky enough to have Jenny Windom back with us right as the dust settles from the Wholesome Direct. Hi, Jenny.
Hello, it's so good to be back. Very excited that we get to talk about the snack today. Because it's been so fun preparing it and enjoying, like getting to finally have everyone enjoy it is just a dream.
Oh, yeah. I've got lots of questions about this current snack, kind of like how everything has been going at Wholesome Games and everything, because you folks are always out there putting out the good word, making some good noise for all the wholesome, cozy games. Let's get into a little bit of housekeeping before we get into the crew check-in. If you like the show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to get some GOG merch, you can do that by going to Design by... Oh, wait. We don't have a merch store anymore. It's not even written in the document. And I just
you were
say
going
it.
off of automatic.
It truly was, because I was looking at the document. Jenny, we haven't had a merch store for a little while because Design by Humans went under. But me, Ron Burgundy, usually reads what's on the screen. So I deleted it. I still said it. 520 of these, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Instead, let me remind you that if you'd like to give us a tip, maybe buy us a coffee, you can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Now that I've totally botched the intro with a guest on the show, go figure. Jenny, what have you been up to this week? Anything fun?
Oh, man. I mean, the Wholesome Snack has definitely taken up the most of my time. But honestly, I have been getting back into cross-stitching. And
really?
That has been such a joy. Like, I've been off and on cross-stitching for years. But, like, wintertime is just the perfect time to just hunker down and sit in front of the TV or listen to an album and just, like, cross-stitch. So I actually just finished an Undertale piece that I've been working on for the better part of this year and then started another project. So it's just been cross-stitching when I'm not working, which is great.
How big are your projects? Do you do like tiny little guys, or do you try to do like, I've seen people who do all like 151 Pokemon.
Yeah, it's so funny because I actually have a PDF that's supposed to be a giant poster of all 151 Pokemon from like the first gen, but I've decided to do each of them as like individuals and just kind of break it up. And so I am currently working through as a side small project all 151 Pokemon. But what I finished recently was an Undertale piece that was like, I don't know, maybe about like 12 by 16. It was quite large. So that's why it just took me almost the full year to do it, just kind of poking at it whenever I had time and energy to do it. But it's great. I highly recommend it as a hobby if anyone is interested.
I used to do it years ago. And then during COVID, I tried to pick it up again. But then, it just kind of got left by the wayside. But I've always had the itch every so often. I'm like, I should pick that back up again. And then I was getting influenced by all the people on TikTok and maybe it's just a trend this year, but everybody's making like felt ornaments. And I'm like, that'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I highly recommend it. It's like paint by numbers, but a little bit less messy.
A lot less messy until you get a knot.
Exactly. And it's just like the structure of it's just so nice for my brain. And the sound is just like a very specific sound of like the thread going through the cloth that just makes my brain itch in all the right ways.
Love that. Kat, what were you up to this week?
Again, kept it pretty quiet. It's very busy at work. I am ramping up a holiday party season, as I like to call it. So this Friday is our big studio holiday party, which they have to rent an entire indoor skate park for. Because how else are you going to get 2,000 people in a building? So yeah, I'm just getting ready for that. The theme this year is games under the sea. So I don't know what I'm going to do. My coworker was like, I bought every year she likes to get with the theme, and my boss used to work for the department that organizes the party, so she can usually get the theme a bit early for us. So she bought a dress online. She's like, I'm going for the whole mermaid look, and she was like, I gotta go buy makeup, and I was like, girl, please.
Wow.
I had my Michelle Phan era. I can hook you up. I'm like, if you can deal with expired makeup, because these palettes are old. But I'm like, they're also they're old enough that I won't feel bad if you rub the first part off to get to some of the fresher color. But I have the Galaxy Girl from BH Cosmetic, which was a palette that had colors based on planet Earth and Mars and stuff like that. And it's all big eyeshadows, super pearly. She was looking for 2 specific shades of blue. I just showed up to work and I was like, how's this? And she was like, it's perfect. Holy shit. I was like, cool. I'm like, she's like, can I use it over the holidays? I was like, do your thing, girl. I'm like, bring it back once you're done.
I always find it weird with the powdered eyeshadow too. I feel bad just getting rid of it. I feel like it doesn't, does it really get bad? I don't know. I got mascara, foundation, liquid. Okay, yes. But powder eyeshadow?
And it's I think it's obvious also when a cream product or a liquid product has gone, you open it and you're just you get a whiff of the smell and you're in the garbage you go. Because it can be instant. Also, I tend to go through them much quicker. I don't hoard makeup like I used to. I only have one mascara and one foundation going, one concealer. So, and even the eyeshadow palette, I pretty much only use 2. I'm probably going to dump. I have a big one that's eyeshadows I depotted over the years, and a lot of them are crumbly and falling apart. I'm probably just going to throw that in the garbage and look into maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna make a state of all my powder products, and maybe buy a new, just buy one palette that has all the shades I need, because I don't do the big makeup looks anymore. And I think the trends have changed from when everybody was the beauty era, the Tati era, the Michelle Phan era, all of that. I think it's a bit past. So I don't need to hoard all that makeup. So whenever somebody at work is I'm looking for this, I've been digging through my closet, through my makeup collection. I'm just you can borrow it. And sometimes it's they bring it back. I'm you know what? I didn't miss it. Do you want to keep it? It's just so anyway, she's getting ready for that. I'm just digging through my closet to be what kind of vaguely looks like I'm at a beach party. I'm always on theme. Just enough.
I made an effort.
Yeah, I'm not shopping for this. Respectfully, I love you all. I get that the theme is just have fun and whatever. And some people go all out, but I'm respectfully, I am not spending money for an event where I'm going to spend maybe 3 hours before I'm I'm out of drink tickets, my feet hurt, and I'm going to head home now. But I respect the people that enjoy. I'm just not about that life, but I used to be about that life. So if you're listening to this and you're one of my colleagues and you're I wonder if she has more blue eyeshadows, the answer is yes. I sent her a photo of 3 palettes. She picked up one.
Oh my
God. But yeah, other than that, I my bathtub fucking clogged and
Such a turd cat.
I know. It's just like she was texting me. I was rifling through makeup as I was waiting for Drano to unclog my bath. Was basically my evening at one point.
Jenny, you're getting the unhinged version today.
I know, this is amazing.
I am so tired, you guys. It's just like
Oh my God.
all I remember from last week is that weird night where I was just like putting Drano in my bathtub and then plunging it to see if it would drain. While rifling through my makeup collection and sending photo to my colleague to see which palette she wants me to bring to
Oh
work.
my
Oh my God, it's real life right there.
It is real life. But shout out to my brother for being a Home Depot dad, because I just he was dealing with a baby that was like basically sick, and he's like my hands are full. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to know, am I like door dashing some Drano, or you got some? He's like, I got some. So it was just like really a surreal night. And all that, I was like listening to my TT. I was playing Numenera with my friends, which is a TTRPG, like through my wireless headset, just like in the bathroom, just role playing, managing my drain, rifling through makeup. And I was just like, what happened with all my choices for me to bring me to this very specific evening on a Tuesday?
Okay.
That was the highlight of my week.
Love it.
Other than that, it
Oh
was
my
just going to
God.
work and face planting at night, just kind of
Yeah.
like rinse, repeat.
Yeah. I'm with you though on the holiday thing. We had our annual iHeartRadio holiday bake off on Wednesday of last week. We
The
take
photos
that
look
shit
amazing.
seriously.
What?
Clearly.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
So my colleague started it even before I even moved to Toronto. I don't know, it was 2016, 2017. They've been doing it since, because a lot of companies don't do Christmas parties anymore. And they wanted to do something, and they were like, well, let's have this bake off. People bring in stuff, we'll give each other silly awards and whatever. And it's kept going every year, except for obviously COVID years when we couldn't get together. So the first year I went to it, I was traveling from Montreal, because we did it around when we would have the Jingle Ball North. We would do that big concert, and I would have to judge because everybody else baked. So I just ate sugar-filled treats for lunch and then crashed at 3 p.m. That happened again on Wednesday. So the teams have grown. Yeah. We've pulled in the local radio teams, promo teams, news talk teams to come in and kind of join with us. And so, geez, I think we had 11 bakers. And everybody brings in their food. It's very serious because everybody gets the same tray that their food has to fit in that tray. They have to name it with some sort of festive, punny name and whatever. Write the ingredients down to make sure there's no allergy issues. And then, we have judges that go around and taste everything and then go off into a boardroom and debate and then come back with awards. And this year, we used to just do it in the normal boardroom, but this year we'd cleaned out this spot that was just like full of cubicles and stuff. And we were like, we need a lounge area because it's just like, it just felt like there wasn't much kind of happening. Like, it's a radio station. It should be hustling and bustling and all that kind of stuff. So big project in the middle of the year. They cleaned out all the cubicles, set up a lounge area, have a little mini stage in the back so that if we have some artists come in, they can perform. And that's where we did it, under all of our studio lights and everything that we had in there. And it was good fun. I came in second for best tasting. Someone beat me by 1 point, or 1 vote. The name of mine, though they were truly Nanaimo bars, I called them North Star bars. So they had the chocolate covering, and then I put the stars all over it. So that was the beginning of the festive stuff. Now there's more things happening over the next few days, including, of course, Game Awards, which we will be watching on Thursday night. So join us in the Discord channel if you want to chat through that. There's already a running kind of gag or like game about drinking every single time Claire Obscura is mentioned. So Phoenix and I might be drunk by the end of it. I have a dentist appointment 9 a.m. the next day, my poor dentist. If I end up that hammered, because I have a feeling they're going to take away a lot of prizes. All right. Before we get into what everybody's playing, let's go through the Fantasy Critic real quick. On the Podcast League, one game released, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, with a critic of 82, points of 12. That was on my list. There were no bids, no drops, and no points have changed when it comes to the rankings. Joelle's in first, Kat's in second, I am in third. This may be the end of everything for the Podcast League because, nobody else has any games to release. Everything else got pushed to next year. So this may be the final standings. Joelle has won this round. On the Community Fantasy Critic, though, maybe not so much.
I love that she took my suggestion and ran with it.
Yep.
I respect that.
Community League, Skate Story release, critic 85, points of 15. That was on your list, Kat. Fred had it as a counter pick, so unfortunately he loses 15 points there. Angeline Era released, but needs an open critic link. That's on Albang. There's actually a bunch that released and need open critic links. Rhythm Doctor, that's on Fred's, needs a link. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, critic 82, points of 12. That was on NJK's. Octopath Traveler 0, critic of 83, points 13. That was on Ross's list. Routine, critic of 80. Point 10. That's on Albang's list. Elden Ring, Night Rain, The Forsaken Hollows needs an open critic link. That's on Albang's. Sleep Awake, critic 76, points of 6. That was on Fred's. Destiny 2 Renegades also needs a link. It's on Albang's list. Almost everything on Albang's list that I mentioned today needs a link. Go figure. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is the last one. Critic 81, points 11, and that was on Darth Stridius' list. Angeline Era was won by Albang. Oh my God, he picked that up and then got the points right away. Angeline Era was won by Albang with a bid of $4. See Me Rolling Games. That's Fred. He was bid with $5, but he had no roster spots available. Dang, that sucks. And then Pioneers of Pagonia was won by Fred with a bid of $5. Albang was outbid at $4. There was no drops this week. When it comes to the rankings, we have shifted again. Ross is now in first, then Darth Stridius, then Kat, Albang, Jessica Starr, Pat, and JK. Margot Plays, myself, Phoenix, Stainsby Kingsby, Fred, Simon, and with 0 games released out of everything picked, Joelle is first in the Podcast League and last in the Community League. And that is some skills to figure that out. But here we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost at the end of the year, and there are a few games still left to release. So maybe a little bit of movement, but the 1, 2, 3, 4 spot, people are jumping around a lot. We'll have to wait and see. Okay.
It is so close this year in the Community League. It's crazy.
Yeah, like no one's running away with it.
I've been in and out of the top 3 like every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's shifting around a lot. Let's chat through what everybody's playing. Jenny, what are you playing right now?
I'm playing a couple of things. I'm still trying to do the whole see what I can finish before the year is out. I just finally finished Expedition 33 last week and absolutely wrecked me. Totally understand why everyone's all about it. I'm all about it. I am also playing Octopath Traveler 0 right now, which is just such a great transition from RPG, which I'm I'm just in my RPG phase. Expedition 33 has kicked it back up. I also replayed Final Fantasy X the last few weeks. And so I'm turn-based RPG. If you got it, I want it. And Octopath's the town building element that they have in this version, where it's you're doing the RPG exploration and battles and saving the land, but you're also coming back home to build houses and invite people to live there and make it a nice place to live again. And that for me is just so much fun. And I didn't realize, but I guess it's a port from the mobile game. And there's apparently 60, 70, 100 plus hours of content. It's supposed to be super long. So I'm excited that it'll be something that I think I poke at kind of in the evenings, where before I go to bed, maybe I'll just do a few missions, do a few side quests, and not feel pressure to finish it super quickly. And then I also have been just dabbling in little demos here and there. There's a demo I played recently for a game called Nonolith, Nonolith, that just came out, and I saw it at PAX Australia, and it was really just, it's this puzzle game for puzzle game sickos where you have a 3x3 square that hovers above your character's head, and you can essentially use that square to copy and paste blocks and move them around so you can platform around the world and solve puzzles. And I feel like it has the potential to be like how Animal Well was kind of the puzzle game of the year for 2 years ago. It has that kind of energy where it's like you just want to dig deep and get into the puzzles and figure out what's going on in this world. So that's a demo I played recently that was just really, really good. Yeah.
Nice. And I'm sure you've got lots of other games that you're probably adding to your list,
yeah.
especially considering you get to see a lot of things early and you're just like, yes, I'm ready for that to come out. I want to actually play it.
Yes.
Because you guys are talking about them in all the Wholesome Directs and Snacks.
Yeah, it's so funny because every once in a while I have to like double check and be like, am I allowed to say this? Is this a game that I can talk about? But yeah, there have been so many. I feel like this December more than, and maybe this is just recency bias and I'm just blocking out last December and the Decembers before, but I'm like, there are so many games coming out right before kind of we all break for the holidays. I feel like there's more coming out this year than many years that I've remembered, at least. So yeah, like I know Skate Story, that's like on my list. Kingdoms of the Dump that just came out recently is on my list. There's just so many things to play. So yeah, it's a good time, but I feel like I'm cramming in more than I normally do in the winter.
Well, I mean, even just in what I just read off in the Fantasy Critic, those were the games that released in the past week. So like that's a lot.
So many.
In the first week of December.
Yeah.
So we're really like coming
I know it
up.
used to be
the seasons have changed. Like there really isn't any like a peak season anymore.
Yeah, because I mean, back in my day, I remember like December was like, since it was the award season, you would get AAA projects, but like indies slowed down quite a bit, and now it's kind of fair game for everyone. It feels like, which I mean, I'm not really complaining about. It's great. It is the best problem to have, but it's just a lot.
Yeah, the cadence that we were used to is just shifting a bit. So it's almost like a constant trickle of content with like big peaks in certain points of the year. But like it feels like time, holidays, nothing, that doesn't matter anymore, right? Any time is a good time to essentially release a game as long as you're trying to stay away from Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
How people can still try to do that, I don't know. Because
I don't know either.
Point, just book the release of your game and don't move it, and then you'll guarantee that GTA 6 comes out. That's all I have to say to devs at this point.
Yeah.
Kat, what are you playing?
Still on Ghost of Yotei. Just started chapter 3. I thought I had much less game left because the map sheet is empty, so I only have the main quest to do. Just RPG things. But yeah, I've got half the Yotei 6 down, I think, or more than half. Yeah, I think I have 4. Or only 2 spots left on my stash. So I don't know how that last chapter is going to play through. And it's looking like Atsu's going to have a lot of like moral dilemmas, way more than she was expecting. I don't think this revenge thing is working out as well as she thought it would. No spoilers, but it is. That Kill Bill streak is weighing on her. But yeah, and we were talking about how long I've played and how long it is. I checked my save file. I'm at 60 hours. I've done everything except hunt for all the I knew items. And I think I've got 2 gambling dens that I did not do to get like the extra charms. And a lot of it is a lot of that time is spent, I'll be honest, just like playing with my outfits.
The fashion.
When I get a new color swatch, get a new sword kit. Ooh, I think that would fit. Like, just like, yeah, at least like once every 4 play sessions. You know, like I revise, like I've been like revising my loadouts and making sure I have good charms and whatever. And if I do that, of course, I got to check the color swatch and change my hat and my mask and my sword kits and make sure all the weapons match. Like, she's got like that. She's got like, I don't know, like 2 bows, a gun, 4 types of melee weapon, and they can all be customized and matched to my outfit. Of course, I'm going to play pretty princess dress up. Are you kidding me? So, and of course, as my spouse sits next to me to like watch me play, I'm like, you want to see my outfits? Look at this new hat I got. Like, he's like, is that an octopus on your hat? And I'm like, and on the mask. It matches. So of course, and they're gold. So of course I had to find like a gold color swatch. So I went with this armor, and then he's like, for 5 minutes, I'm talking about color swatches. And it's like, again, this game is about like killing 6 dudes. So maybe I think in terms of actual gameplay, if I take away like me just faffing about in the menus and just me letting the game idle because I play on the weekend, so I get up to switch the laundry, get a snack, get water, or whatever. Sometimes the game is just there for 5 minutes. I'm probably more like around 55 hours of gameplay.
Okay.
And I just started chapter 3. And of course, like I said, I did everything. Everything except the I New Item Collectathon. So I think it, like in terms of like length, what I was saying for like RPG games, it still feels, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it still feels shorts to me. Like as a Baldur's Gate girly, as a Dragon Age girly, as an Assassin's Creed did not miss a side quest Odyssey girly. 60 hours is rookie numbers for me. So I'll probably finish it more like around the 70, 80 hour mark pre-DLC. So, and that's like a very, very thorough playthrough.
Have they announced DLC yet?
They announced the Legends.
Oh, okay. Is that the multiplayer part?
Yeah.
Okay. They did that in the last game.
Yeah. And I don't know if they're going to announce more single player content.
Okay.
But
We'll have to wait and see.
I mean, if you're not like into big like completionist like me, I stand by like you could power through this game in like 20 to 30 hours, depending on how involved you are with like, you probably find one set of armor and you're like, this is good enough, and you upgrade it and whatever. You have 5 loadouts. I realistically only use constantly maybe 2 or 3 of them. Like I usually have one for faffing about in the world, one for duels, and boss fights, and then one for a lot of people all over the place, like bigger like melee fights.
Okay.
So, but I do keep like, they gave me 5 loadouts, so I'm going to make 5 pretty outfits, of course.
There you go. And rotate between.
Oh yeah, sometimes if I'm just walking about and I'm like, I don't like this, I don't care about an armor for archery, but it is pretty though, so I'll wear it.
Nice. I'm back to my Minecraft nonsense.
Yes.
I'm proud of myself though. So, many a time in Minecraft, I find that I make my way to the Nether, but then don't really get too much far outside of that. Like I've never bet the Ender Dragon, and they've been adding new things to the Nether over the years. And yesterday, I stumbled across a bastion, and I was like, I'm gonna go check this thing out. I know they're dangerous. I know there's piglin out there that are ready to kill me, especially if I try and go in a chest and open it up and steal their wares. But I thought it was protected. I really did. I thought I had buried myself in there. Nope. I went through this chest in the bastion. I saw one of the patterns. I was like, oh my God, I saw a piece of netherrack. I was like, I've never seen netherrack in real life because I haven't done much else. Because I usually stop because I am a constant restarter of games. And yeah, I opened up the chest and started pilfering through. And then one of the brutes came along and smacked me upside the head. And I died and lost all the good things that I had found. And was really sad because I'm like, there's stuff there that I can't. Like, they're hard to come by, especially. That's the whole point of going to the Bastion and trying to do it. Is like, you want that stuff. It's hard to come by.
Exactly.
So I was screaming and swearing at myself. And my husband's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm stupid. I didn't think ahead. I should have planned. So I respawned and I said, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's see if I can make it back there. I did. I made it back. And then I tried to pick things up again, and the brute smacked me in the head again, and I had to redo it again. But third time was the charm, and I made it out alive, and I can't believe it. And I learned my lesson to read up on how the mechanics of the game works before I try and do something silly and get myself murdered. God, I love that game. There's a reason why it's been around for so long, and they keep updating it. It's so good.
I just remember my friends buying it for $5 off of Notch's website.
It's been around for a while. Been through a bunch of phases. I don't know. I think right now is the most fun time to be part of the Minecraft kind of world if you're following it, because there's so many cool things going on between what the devs are doing in the real game, what they do in the offshoot games, and then of course things like the movies and stuff like that. I really enjoy the scene. The Hermitcraft scene is tons of fun. I found out a really interesting fact while at dinner with family on Friday night. There's a Minecrafter who's in Hermitcraft. Her name is Gemini Tay. Lo and behold, she and my cousin went to school together. They were good friends.
Really?
They went on trips together. Yeah. And I'm like, what a small world. The Newfie connection.
Well, if you would have told me she's a Newfie, I'm like, of course somebody knows her.
There's always the 6 degrees of separation when it comes to Newfoundlanders, especially if you like really grew up there, right? And lo and behold, family friend, who would have known? She grew up like 2 doors away from my grandparents. I'm like, this is wild. So yeah.
That's incredible.
Who would have thunk? And like I mentioning it to my family too, explaining to them, like this person is on one of the biggest Minecraft servers that are out there. Like she's got like millions of followers on YouTube. Like this is so cool. But yeah, fun things to learn, and always that Newfie connection. All right. Usually we play Game On here. We're going to see if we can get Joelle in the call if her internet's back working. If not, when we come back, we'll jump straight into topic of the week, which is all about the Wholesome Snack 2025. We'll be right back. We're back. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Joelle back into the internet. Apparently, a tech has to go help her out. That's unfortunate. So no game this week, but that's okay, because we're going to dive right into the Wholesome Snack 2025 with our guest, Jenny Windom. Jenny, you must be feeling good now. We are recording this mere hours before the actual direct goes live. And then everybody gets to hear us chat on this on Thursday when the Game Awards are on. So is this one kind of based? It seems like you guys end up doing one every year around the same time as the Game Awards. Is that strategic? Yes. Is it like what made you want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely there is strategy behind it. As you both are super familiar with, the game industry has these 2 major points where everyone does kind of stop what they're doing for the award shows or like announcements. And in the summertime, we have like Summer Game Fest and, all the things that filled the gap of what E3 used to do. And now with the winter awards festival season, you've got the Indie Game Awards, you've got the Game Awards, you've got so many different showcases, one of which is Wholesome Snack. But we also thought it'd be nice, like besides just aligning with the Game Awards and all of the other showcases that are happening, it's nice to have something that just provides another opportunity for these kind of games to get showcased, because just one showcase a year is like, there's too many games. What can we do to like increase the amount of games we can talk about in this like really fun stage format, I guess, or broadcast format? And I think I got this actually from a content creator I was talking with. And so that was like really sweet of her. But she mentioned that she really loves the snack because it is a way to kind of prep for what to look ahead for the new year. Like the timing of it being in December is nice because it helps build out the anticipation for what's coming up next. And ever since she mentioned that to me, I thought that was really sweet of her to say in the first place. And it is, now that I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it is kind of a nice, like, hey, let's get ready because there's some really cool games coming up, more so than I think June, which tends to be a bit more about, I think, like the launches and world premieres. I think it's a bit more immediate. This is like got some anticipation to it built in just because it's the end of the year.
Yeah, and everybody seems to kind of like set back and be like reset for the next year and really looking forward, thinking that way. But if you
Yeah.
look at your Wholesome Games kind of year in review, it's been a really big year for you guys. You're only four
Yeah.
people work at this group, and
Yes. Yes.
you published 2 games in August. We played both of them. They were great to see Taken and Make
I know.
Room.
Thank
It's been
you.
such a good year for you guys. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate hearing that, and it's kind of incredible. Yeah, we've been around for 5 years. This is our 5th year. We're closing that this year, and yeah, there's 4 of us who work on it. We have various kind of amounts of time that we're able to spend because, some of us have day jobs still, but we also have the support of folks like Pop Agenda, who really are just wonderful. We have the incredible mods in our server, the folks who help with like translating the show. So there's a whole team of people who are helping, even though they're not like the official people. But yeah, it's been incredible to see how and reflect on how we started as a group of people who just wanted to like highlight some games on social media that we were excited about, that we didn't know if anyone else was super excited about. So we're like, let's just post about it. And now to say that, hey, we're not only helping showcase and highlight these games, but we're helping actually bring some of them to people in a more active way using the skills that we've all been in the game industry in different forms and different roles, and using that knowledge to like more actively help developers is like it's just awesome. It's a dream come true. So it's been really cool to see that come to like more of a full fruition this year, which is great.
Well, let's give some more flowers to the Wholesome Games team with a few stats. The Wholesome Direct
Oh my gosh.
2025 in June was viewed over 5 million times. You've raised over $200,000 for nonprofits. And now, in its 3rd year, the Wholesome Games Celebration on Steam has 22 million impressions. Holy smokes.
That's so
Wow.
wild. It's weird to hear.
Is it crazy to hear that when you see the numbers, when you hear
Yeah.
people speak to them? I'm sure you're doing tons of press stuff right now and people are like reciting some of these stats to you and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know sometimes like what even to say or react, because it's like it's just such a huge number. And again, when we started this was purely because we still do it because we love, these games and we love these teams, but it's like when you do something like this, I don't think you could ever really anticipate how folks would react to it. And so to see that so many people resonate with the same things that we care so much about is just like really heartening to see in the world, and it's really exciting. And it just, I don't know, it goes to show, like, I think a lot about how it's like, hey, we just decided, even though there wasn't really a place that this was happening, we should just try to do it and we should try to make a space. And it's like such a testament to, hey, if you make a space, like people will come. I forget what the saying is, but it's like, if you make it available, the people who care about it will show up. And that's absolutely what's happened. Like the community who loves this game has shown up, and it's just so amazing.
So it's been 5 years. And I'm sure things change and you guys have evolved
Mhm.
as, Wholesome Games has grown. The word wholesome itself, has it changed at all from what it was when you started? Or is it still exactly the same? How has your thought around the whole concept changed over the years or pivoted?
Yeah. I mean, it would be wild if I was like, nothing's changed. We've held the truth. I mean, that would be so silly. Yeah, it definitely has changed. I think we've had the opportunity, especially with the showcases, to get more nuanced and more specific with the types of games that we are including in this definition of wholesome. I think when we started, even though it was never necessarily like the intention just to be cute or cozy, I think when you hear cozy or you hear wholesome, your mind will often most go to like the softer colors, the rounded shapes, gentler mechanics, and we've from the jump constantly tried to explore, besides what we initially think of and what we initially gravitate to, what else can be included in wholesome. In our FAQ, I think when we started the FAQ, like even 5 years ago, we included like in some cases, the action of violence in a game could be considered wholesome considering what they are fighting for, or what they are fighting against. And so there are things that we from the jump knew, but we're like still trying to articulate and move just past the twee or the saccharine, sort of toxic positivity or blind optimism. And every showcase we've done, we've been able to include games that kind of push a little bit at that definition and kind of push people to think, okay, well, cozy and wholesome games aren't just farming sims. We've tried to make sure tons of genres are represented. And I think especially this snack, like there's so much variety in just the types of gameplay that are represented. And then we start thinking, okay, well, we have games, like in this recent snack, I think, Verdant is really interesting because it's kind of this post-apocalyptic setting that doesn't inherently scream like cozy, but the messaging of the game and a lot of what they're doing seems to be, still aligning with the values of like thoughtfulness and joy and hopefulness. And those are the 3 words we actually find ourselves coming to a lot now, especially games that through their mechanics, through their story, ultimately arrive at a message of hope, even though there might be something uncomfortable within it, maybe something not cozy within it. And that's where we start to delineate between wholesome and cozy a little bit, I think, where it's like ultimately wholesomeness for us is hopefulness. And coziness can be a part of that, but sometimes you can be uncozy and still be wholesome. And so there's nuance that we try to like bring in every showcase.
I love that. Wholesome, thoughtfulness, and joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
I love that. All right, let's dig deeper into the wholesome snack overview. 22 games shown off. Did I count that right? 22?
I believe so. Yeah, just over 2022 sounds about right.
All right. And it's in about 30 minutes, jam-packed. What is a snack size showcase let you do creatively when curating it compared to, the big direct you do in June?
I mean, constraints are always a great creative thing to have. Creative constraints force you to make decisions and be more definitive in what you can and cannot include. Wholesome snack, in some ways, I think is much more challenging to curate because we have the same number of submissions, hundreds of submissions, and we'll have less time. So in the direct, we have a bit more freedom to include a wider variety. We have the montage, which lets us include kind of rapid fire, a bunch of games, in just a couple seconds, and we can sneak stuff in. I think the snack forces us to really grapple as a team. Like, what do we feel personally most excited about? What do we really feel like the community is most excited about? And then at the end of the day, what do we include to make sure the showcase feels really full and balanced because there is less time to actually fill. So in a lot of ways, it's more challenging to create the snack. But it's also why I'm really proud of this year's snack because I do feel like this is like, I'm looking at through the key art right now of the games, and I'm just like, there's such a variety of stories being told and styles, and it just feels like, I don't know. I don't want to, I guess I probably shouldn't compliment our own work. That seems a little bit.
No, like I said, you deserve your flowers.
But, but I think it's really cool to see how, maybe in the first or second year even, I remember hearing the feedback and being apprehensive of, okay, I don't want it to be just cute games. I don't want it to be just farming sims. And that's something we discussed as a team, making sure that we could create a really sort of fleshed out narrative for the show that was beyond that. And I think the snack is a great example of, in just 30 minutes, this is a snapshot of what wholesome gaming, cozy gaming, gentler gaming can look like. And it's way more varied than I think a lot of people who aren't familiar go in thinking about.
Well, let's get into some of those games because 22. It's a fair number in 30 minutes span. But Kat and I have picked out the ones that kind of caught our eye, and then I've got Joelle's list as well. Kat actually got to go hands-on with one of them. Kat, Arcane Eats, that's the one you played, correct?
Exactly. I got hands-on on the demo early, which I do believe is available now that the Wholesome Snack has aired. Everybody can go on Steam and get the demo that I played. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of deck builders, and that's why I wanted to try this one. Because I was like, if you're gonna put like high fantasy creatures food in a game, that's how you're gonna get me to do a deck building game. Because I've played, I'll rephrase that. I'm not a fan of deck builder video games. Big fan of deck builders like actual board games. I play with my friend. We play Slay the Spire a lot. Currently playing Elden Ring board game with my spouse and Alban. That's 100% a deck builder as well. You even build and manage 2 decks. So this one, I was like, maybe that's the one that's going to get me into gaming deck building mechanics. And honestly, yes, I absolutely love this. And you were talking about how wholesome doesn't mean cozy. Like you're cooking in a restaurant for customers, and if you're not fast enough, some of them will yell at you. I'm like, but I'm baby. But I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl who's playing as an elf who can cook potatoes for you. So I really enjoyed it. Like the demo, maybe I last about like 10-15 minutes. I made a lot of bad decisions, really rethought about how I would redo them. There's of course mechanics to get rid of cards, buy new cards, replace cards, boost cards, upgrade cards. I think there's like a lot of depth to this game. But I think in terms also of deck builder, it is one of the least stressful. And also, like, it's they say like roguelike or very light on the rogue. In the sense that, every run is different. You don't know which client you're going to get. Sometimes you get parties. Sometimes you just get one dude and whatever. And you got to feed people and, you got to go through your dinner rush and stuff like that. But it compared to like Slay the Spire, where it's like, am I going to get to the end? In this demo, it was like, am I going to impress Guy Fieri? Which is a fairy based on Guy Fieri.
Really? Does he come in and go like,
yes.
Dinner, what is it? Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
It is.
Full spiky blonde hair, fire t-shirt.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And he comes in with other fairies and you got to impress them as well. And it's
nice.
like, I failed that first round. I was not paying attention enough, but I really enjoyed this. I was like, you know what? I would play through it. I would try out all 3 chefs. In this one, you only have the first chef. I know they announced in the snack, they announced the second chef, which has a lot of raw foods because they're druidic and they use a lot of like vegetables and stuff. So I was like, oh, that sounds completely different from the person I was playing. I was deep frying potatoes and crab, man. I was feeding very hungry goblins and witches. And I was like, I'm hungry now. I'm like, I'm gonna deep fry this bitch for you so it's out in one round. Don't worry. Like, it ain't my arteries. But I really enjoyed this, like, in terms of like something to play quick game of. Like, I think I would love this, like, on my Switch or on my iPad. Yeah. But go try it out. It's free. It's free real estate.
Yeah, that's something that you guys had quite a few of too during the direct or the snack, was games that had demos that dropped right then and there. One of them was Mirage Miracle Quest, and that was listed. I marked that down for myself because I thought it was so cool. Also, shout out to the best developer company name ever, Toby and Club.
I know, it's so cute.
Like, thank you. I had a lot of pleasure writing that down today. And
I want a
noting that I
Warfare.
was
I
gonna say
want that on my LinkedIn. Are they hiring?
Yeah, Mirage Miracle Quest. I did get a demo code for this, but didn't get a chance to play. I can't wait to dig into it later in the week. So yeah, it's time has finally come to unleash your inner magical child and embark on a unique RPG adventure set in a splendid hand-painted world inspired by the vibrant cultures of Madagascar, French, and Japan. What a combo of three, but the art style is so nice.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
As a big magical girl fan, any game that channels RPGs, as I said, I'm in my RPG phase right now, but then also just like, yeah, magical girl life. Yes, please, more.
Yeah, I this is definitely going to be something that I jump on. Yeah, demos out there if you want to go and check it out. Go to Steam, download it. Kat, what else did you see that you were intrigued by?
Well, of course, I'm going to talk about Coffee Talk Tokyo because I really enjoyed the first one. Like the talking simulator where you mix drinks for people and got to figure out which kind of drink they like, and you got to discover new drinks. And then you have regulars that come over and you discover their life. Except plot twist, it's in a world where mythical magical creatures live alongside humans.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee Talk Tokyo, being based in Japan, is actually yokai. So we're going into a different set of magic. I've had that on my wish list as soon as they were like, we'll do that eventually. And I was like, cool, let me know when. Send that notification, please. So I was very happy to see more updates on Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Yeah, I don't think we got a date for the release, though. We're anxiously waiting for that one.
And it's a game that I remember I picked up like in the early days, I think, of Game Pass, like just looking through it and, like going into the indie selection or whatever they had curated of like a list of like newly released indies, games that you could play like in under 10 hours, and it was there. And I was like, yo, that sounds like my jam. And I played and I loved it. So, really, really happy to see that we get more Coffee Talk. Just like the chillest of games, like the soundtrack, the coffee shop vibe, the conversation. It's just, and the first one, it was only open at night in Seattle. So it was like at night raining with the lo-fi jazz. Stress melted away.
Here's hoping that the soundtrack to that's going to have like that Japan city, what do they call it? City pop style with the rain coming down. Oh my God.
Yes.
That would be so nice.
The potential. You know what's even better than a demo dropping the day of a press conference like this?
The actual game?
Yeah. I can't wait to get hands-on with bits and bops. Why?
Yay.
Because it takes rhythm games and mini games and slaps them together in a really cute package. Catchy music, cool gameplay, really, really pretty as well when it comes to the look and feel of the aesthetics of this game. I can't wait to play this. This has got my name written all over it because I like being foolish mini games. And hey, rhythm games are my jam. It's going to be hard for Mike and I to play this together because we're very competitive and both have a lot of rhythm. Catherine can't play this game.
I've gotten better at rhythm. Thank you. VR is still off the table.
This could be the one. This could be the one that brings you in.
There you go, Kat. Let's do it.
I've learned timing for parrying thanks to years of For Honor and for Expedition Clarabscure Expedition 33. I'm parrying in Ghost of Yote. I only had to lower the difficulty for one fight, mind you. I think I can do rhythm games. Woo! Instead of being mediocre, I think I can be bad at them now.
Okay. But yeah, this one looks really fun. I'm excited too that it's out right away. Tempo Lab Games has developed this one, and yeah, always fun, especially this time of year to have that type of a game to play. I believe there was co-op with it too. So yeah, and what I was seeing on screen.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I actually got to see it in person because I got to go to PAX Australia this year, which was super exciting and fun. And they had the co-op there as the PAX demo. And it was so fun because I just stood there and kind of watched for a little while just because it was just like really charming to see both like adults play it and have a good time. And then kids were having a good time with it too. So it's just like such a charming game, truly for all ages. I think you could find a lot of enjoyment. And as a Rhythm Heaven fan, seeing more games like this come through just makes me happy.
Yeah. I feel like there's definitely a niche of these like beat games that we need more of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kat, what was your third game?
Yeah, my final game. This gave me like unpacking and is this seat taken and make room vibes altogether, except it's about like 90s and 2000 tech. And I was like, I need this game yesterday. Restory, which is a puzzle game set in Japan where you fix old tech. Like people bring you their old Nintendo DS. Well, not branded. We're not getting sued there. But like old cell phones, old handheld video games, old cassette players, and you have to fix them, and the mechanics look like puzzles. You got to find parts, order them, fix the thing, and you talk with the customers. And apparently there's like branching storylines depending on your choices. So me, as I like a big like RPG girly that's like into Baldur's Gate and Dragon Age, I was like, okay, so you're gonna give me the cute art style, you're gonna give me the tech I grew up with, you're gonna give me the puzzles, and you're gonna give me branching storyline and different endings. Here's my credit card. Give me this game. So I'm actually really excited. I heard nothing about it. Like this was one of those rare games that like I was watching the snack and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, I kind of heard about that one. Of course, Coffee Talk. And then I saw that one. I was like, oh, what? Completely sideways, and I was like completely enamored. I am 100% sold on this. This feels like chill vibes.
Jenny, was that like a world premiere for that game for you guys? Had they announced it elsewise? Because it was the first time I was learning of it too.
Yeah, I believe it was one of our world premieres. So that's always really exciting for me to hear. Like that one where you're like, oh, that took me by surprise. I instantly wanted to wishlist it. Yeah, I think we had 8 world premieres.
Wow.
No, 6. I think we had 6 world premieres. And yeah, it's so hard because honestly, I'm looking at them and I'm like, I can't. I'm trying to add to be like, oh, well, what's my favorite? I'm like, I genuinely can't pick a favorite. I love them all, and that's like the coolest part of the show is, as a person who just like loves games, like I actually, if I had nothing to do with the show, I would wish list all of these games. So that's a great feeling.
And I keep coming back now because you're making me think now, Jenny. Talking about the new kind of to live by terms, the new mantra, the joy, thoughtfulness, and hopefulness. And, this is not your stereotypical, like you wouldn't have thought this would have been a cozy, wholesome game, but like it's recycling. It's learning about people. It's helping a community. It's like, it's hitting all those buttons.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad the 3 words are working.
They are working. They are definitely working. The last game that I had picked because I had never really thought before about this situation and, how to essentially turn that into a teachable gameplay mechanic moment. Find Your Words really struck a chord with me. It is about some kids going to camp and trying to find ways to communicate, but not using any speech as part of that. The developer that made it, Capybara Games, there are 2 dads on that team who have non-speaking kids. And so they have come together to create a game to essentially explain how to kids find joy and learn and all that kind of stuff in these scenarios where they have augmentative and alternative communication, and how to turn that into a game is so fascinating. What a great story.
Yeah, I think that's such a beautiful story. And it's like, I don't know. It's funny because I feel like we talk in the industry, there's like, oh, the phase of the dad games, where all the developers became dads and they made games and, and like, so like this is kind of funny because I'm like, oh yeah, it is a dad game, but I don't know. It's like, this is just a little bit more than that simply because of the ways I think that they're applying the mechanics to it. And like, who doesn't love summer camp, right? It's like you get to be, it's just such a happy, cheerful sort of environment to be in, at least in video games. I'm sure there's maybe a lot of people listening are like, actually, summer camp sucked. Wasn't that fun? But I'm saying in this fantasy,
we've all seen the Simpsons episode. Thank you.
Yeah.
Camp Krusty.
Oh my God.
Or the Addams Family.
Say, yeah. Oh my God. The Addams Family. That was iconic.
I
was
rewatched those movies not too long ago, like just before Halloween. So the camp scene is so good.
Yeah. No, that is, I mean, so good in a lot of ways. This is, I guess, maybe the idealized version of a summer camp. But I think, yeah, it's really cool to see and aligns with a lot of like what we also want to do is just what are the ways that through these games can we bring like wholesomeness and kindness into the real world and how can we make that happen? And it's like we do that through like the fundraising, but to see these developers, these two dads bringing that in from like their experience with their kids is just really, really cool.
And it's cool how as this industry matures, more people are able to go and develop games because it's becoming easier and things like that. We're getting to, and we're getting older. We're seeing inspiration come out of so many different places than we had before. Who would have thought that would be the trigger to behind a creative concept like a video game like that. So really cool. It's coming 2026. So I'll keep my eye out on that one. Joelle had listed 3 that she was intrigued by. Pandemonium Merge is one of them.
Yeah.
Mandrake, and then Lost and Found Co. were 3 that she had on her list that she was really intrigued by.
Yeah. I can give quick summaries of
cool.
each for folks, since Joelle isn't here to do that. So Pandemonium Merge is basically taking that classic merge game formula, but setting it from instead of the top down, like maybe you'd be familiar with Suika game, the watermelon fruit game. This is you're taking ingredients and putting them in a round frying pan and shaking that frying pan and moving it around to merge the ingredients to make meals, like to make a dish. And I love merge games. Like I still play Suika game far too much, honestly. And so it's really cool to see just these like new takes on the merge formula. So that's Pandemonium Merge. Mandrake is another example of the ways that we're, again, every year we try to do a little bit of pushing the boundaries of what could be considered wholesome, what we'd like to expand the definition to be. Mandrake is a great example of that. It's kind of a life sim, sort of fantastical painterly life sim where it's set with like a lot of British folklore and history and some of the history and the mysteries that you'll encounter maybe are a little bit darker, but at the end of the day, it's a really beautiful game, at least from what I've seen. And yeah, I think anyone who likes fail better games and sort of their narrative style, their mechanics and sort of like story rich worlds probably will love Mandrake, I feel like. And then what was the last
Lost
one?
and Found Co.
Oh my God. Okay. Lost and Found Co. This is just like super charming art, very vibrant, very bright. And you play a person and they have like a fantastical sidekick that I don't exactly know what type of creature it is, but it's like a fantastical, cute sidekick. And they are basically starting up a detective agency to help people find things that they've lost. And mechanically, it is one of those search object games where you have a big image, lots of things are happening, and you have to click around and try to find the objects that are on the bottom of the screen for you to find. And there's like a light story that goes along with it, and it progresses as you go through each level. Really relaxing, but good if you want to have something to kind of like keep your mind semi-active as you're searching through scenes and engaging with what's going on in the scenario. Very, very cute.
So many games. And we just talked about 9, 10, technically, with one that you had mentioned earlier as well, from the 30-minute direct with 22 games. So much fun every time seeing all the new stuff and seeing games that are like we've seen bits and pieces of and getting more information on them. Now that the direct is complete, what's next for you guys? Any big plans in 2026 for Wholesome Games?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to continue doing what we do. We're hoping, we're bringing back showcases, we're bringing back Steam events, all that good stuff. Definitely want to shout out Fishbowl, which is the next in line of games that we're publishing. Shout out to I Miss My Friends Studio. It's they're a 2-person team based in India doing amazing work on this game. And Fishbowl is a narrative game about basically 30 days. This young woman is sort of in the time of lockdown, where she's in her apartment. What happens in that 30 days is she both like grapples with loss, but also like is coming of age and like coming into her own as a young adult with her first job and like all of these things happening amidst this wider scape of like staying at home. It's really beautiful. There's some surreal elements to it that I think make it just really special to play, especially if you like emotional stories and sort of these sort of sincere, like vulnerable storytelling type games. So yeah, we announced in the snack that it's coming out April 2026. You can kind of bookmark that month for the time to be able to play it.
Sweet, on Steam and PS5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wicked. How has the publishing game been? You guys have been doing great things.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, the teams we work with make it easy. The teams we work with, I don't know if it's like the thing where if, you just have good energy and it brings in good people, but we have gotten so, we've been fortunate enough to work with some really lovely people, like talented, kind, willing to like share their knowledge with one another because we have like a server where, they're all in, and it's just so great to just love like I love promoting these games. I love doing the marketing for these games. It's been really fun because we've had a lot of opportunities to learn this year with 2 games launching at the same time on the same day, which was intense but really cool. And I'm excited, honestly, just to like find more games and to be able to support more titles. Like I think I have the itch, in me, where I'm excited to see what else we can do with this and how much we can grow sustainably. Of course, I want to make sure we grow slowly and sustainably, but I'm excited to see what we do.
And we will be happily over here watching and ready to talk more when there's more news and games and everything releasing.
Yes,
Jenny, thank you for coming on the show. It's lovely to have you as always.
Thank you for having me again. I mean, I remember the last time I came back, I can't remember if I told you or not. I think I told you. I'm like, I listened to Girls on Games before I was in the game industry. So it was like so surreal last time to come on. And then this time I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, I know them. We've talked before.
Yay!
So that was really cool.
I love that. That's so cute. Thank you for that. Makes you blush. As always, as we close out the show every week, check out the show notes on girlsongames.ca for links to all the stories mentioned in this episode. Kat pulls that together for us every week, and we'll have the link to the actual Wholesome snack in there. So if you didn't get a chance to see it on Tuesday, you will have the direct link to go and watch it on YouTube. And of course, you can just go and find it on YouTube, do a search, and look through back ones, because I guarantee there's going to be a game that you're interested in. If you have the power to rate and review this podcast where you are consuming it, that would be much appreciated. Why? It helps with discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and every comment you leave helps us build our show. This is the moment in the podcast where I ask everybody to say their social media handle so you can follow them anywhere and everywhere online. Jenny, where can people find you and Wholesome Games?
Yeah, folks can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok at Kimchika. I also have a game club called Geeks and Grounds at geeksandgrounds.com. It's like a monthly game discussion club. If anyone's into that, you can go check that out. And then for Wholesome Games, you can find everything, including social links, our Twitch channels, our YouTube channels, our newsletter, everything at wholesomegames.com.
Catherine, where can people find you?
I am CSDSBINS on Instagram, Blue Sky. Maybe I'll post photos from my for my beach look for my Christmas party.
Yes, do it.
Who knows?
Having a
I'll see
beach
what I
look
pull
in
together.
the dead of winter sounds like you go all
It's
bundled
gonna be
up
like
and
minus 10.
Okay.
And we have to there's a mandatory coat check. You're usually outside for 10-15 minutes waiting to get in because they have to
gosh.
check that you have your bracelet, that you're an employee, and then go in and check your coat. I'm top will be beach, bottom will be boots.
That works.
I'll try to post photos, but if I don't do it on the social, I'll try to at least post it on the podcast talk channel on the Girls on Games there, or the Instagram, our little Instagram without the algorithm channel. I'll post a photo somewhere. I'm gonna try to do cute makeup, since
cool.
my colleague is also gonna do cute makeup now that I've provided her.
Love it. I am Leah Jew, our most social media platforms, but of course you want to know everything there is to know about Girls on Games. You can track us down at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games, no thought in there on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Oh my God, it's the end of the episode. Discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this conversation more. I might have said something bad there a second ago. I'll be editing that out. But anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Kat. It's been another lovely week in video games, and excited to be back next week to talk about the Game Awards and who takes home the glory and the notoriety of being able to predict what's happening. I am voting on a 3-way tie because we all just picked Claire Obscure for everything. It's going to be interesting, folks. We will be back next week. All the best. See you later. Bye.
Bye.